guys.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast. Season 1, episode 7. We're over halfway through the summer.
Wild.
It's basically the same drama over and over again, but different.
It's just a different day, a different outfit.
Different day, different outfit, different words, same argument.
Yes.
Basically, which
yes.
I'm personally, I'm okay with.
Some of them I'm okay with, some of them I'm not.
I mean, for the most part. Okay, guys. Let me just give you the rundown. The A&M Podcast Network. That's us, Alicia and Meredith. We have a podcast network because we have a million podcasts. We just have 2. It feels like 20,000. But we have this one, Summer is Fun. We have a Vanderpump one. It's about the pasta. And yeah, we also have One Season Wonders, although that's on pause because our One Season Wonder got removed from Bravo.
Yeah, but we have a new one. I think after this, we're going to roll into a new One Season Wonders.
One Season Wonders, baby. And then what else? Oh, please rate, subscribe, review. I don't think we have any new, let me see, reviews. I feel like we would have gotten a notification about them.
I agree. I haven't seen any come through. So go ahead and stop right now and just go hit 5 stars and give us that review.
Someone did give us 5 stars though.
Yes.
Oh, actually, oh my God. We got,
what?
Did we get? Oh, that's from a while ago. That's also from a while ago. So I feel like we did that one. Okay, yeah, we did them all. Sorry. But we did get a rating. Thank you so much.
Love to see it.
And then follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. Oh, I forgot to post. I'm so sorry. I need them to come out with more pictures. But it's fine. And then what else is happening? Oh, join our Patreon. Patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you're going to get because it's going to be so many things. So for $1 a month, you get access to our pre-show where Meredith and I just divulge into our lives or whatever we want to talk about that's not Bravo related, or if it is Bravo related, who cares? And you get episodes that we record early. So this one we're recording early. It's June. You're probably listening to it in August.
I would say so.
July, whatever.
I don't know. Either way, you could have had it weeks ago.
Enjoy the blistering heat, whatever. Okay, and then for $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after show, which is where we do Bravo spoilers that we like. Mm-hmm. I have a few notes.
Oh, today. I have one I just saw on my phone.
Ooh. Okay, so we have some news to talk about. But join us for those. Also, we will say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Mariah, Tracy, Dustin, and Jackie.
Woo!
And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus for live seasons, I ask you about your thoughts and we'll read them on the podcast. So we're not in a live season right now, but Winter House is coming, and Vanderpump Rules is coming. So we'll ask you. And Vanderpump
Rules has
to give. Vanderpump Rules has like 25 episodes, so you're gonna have 25 opportunities to give us your thoughts. My God!
So go and become a $5 patron now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we'll pick a patron of the episode. We're down to 2 patrons and they're married. Should we group them? I'm going to group them for this time because I don't remember who we did last time.
Again.
Our podcast parents are the only ones left standing. We love you guys the most. Jackie and Dustin, baby. Ooh. We love them. They're our best. They're our
OGs.
Homies. I wish we had more live seasons so I could chat with them more because I feel like I haven't talked to them in a while and I'm sad about it.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder. We've got so many episodes and opinions I know are coming down the pipeline. Plus, they're still giving them to us.
My heart is so fond of them right now. But yeah, so that's what you can get. That's what you can do. That's what's happening. The end.
Come join on our magic carpet ride.
I'm not mixing it up. Are you?
I'm drinking a non-alcoholic seltzer water. I drank a lot this weekend.
I am just stress drinking, which isn't good. So I'm not allowing myself to drink right now.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We only drink for happy things.
After this, I'm probably going to drink or something. We'll see.
Love it.
Okay, let's talk about this episode.
Yes.
So previously on Summer House, summer's almost over. We only have 4 more weeks. Christina told Amanda that Kyle made out with Katie, the roommate, but Kyle is single, but he's still pissed that Amanda found out. Carl and Lauren are back on track, and he even met her parents. Lindsay had created this situation where she fought with Everett, but then also fought with Ashley. So then Ashley and Everett fought, and then Everett left the house, and then he didn't come back, and then he broke up with her.
And she's heading into her birthday weekend.
And honestly, Lindsay kind of created the whole thing. So I don't.
Oh, 100%. It all started because he called her a geek. Let's just remember that.
It's so cute.
Oh my God.
Cute. I wonder if it's New York girls, maybe. Maybe I'm going to get there and one of my friends, I'm going to make a friend and her boyfriend's going to be like, you're such a geek. And she's going to explode.
Excuse me? Let me burn down the whole city.
It's time. Okay. So we're still in New York. We opened the episode in the city. Lindsay is so busy working with her potential client. She doesn't even have time to think about her and Everett breaking up. Everett is distraught when he thinks about life without Lindsay.
Oh, God.
They both love each other so much. But listen, Lindsay has a lot going down because she started her own business and nothing else and no one else matters at this point. If you're
I wish I could believe that. I wish I could believe that. If you're not
Lindsay, you don't go through hard times. So it's just Lindsay.
No, you don't have to go through hard times and work. That's only Lindsay gets to do that.
Only Lindsay does that. And on top of that, she's single. So that's rough. And she's 30. So she's living the hardest life I've ever heard of. I just want to say that 3 of these things are us. We're just not 30.
Yes.
We just go through hard times.
And I feel like I'm slightly crushing it in a way.
We're fine.
I'm coping fine.
But I think it's the 30 thing that's really sending her. And then we get Carl and Kyle at the barber shop. They're going to drink some whiskey, get their faces shaved.
Here's the thing is Kyle walked in and I was like, why does his face need to be shaved?
It looked naked already. But I just want to say when they appeared after, they were 10 years younger.
Yes.
I would think
their
these
face
kids were college.
Looks so fresh.
Like babies, like a baby's butt.
Insane.
That's how smooth it was.
I loved how they both rubbed their faces.
Rubbed it. Oh my God. They all both looked 12. It was so cute. We talk about Carl and Lauren. They're still getting to know each other, but Carl knows Lauren's probably into him more than he is into her. And Lauren's the real deal. And Carl wants to respect that. And he's freaked out about it. He's like, this is
he's
girl
intimidated. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. He said that another time. And I was like, I forgot Carl only likes girls that don't have opinions or strong personalities.
It's weird. He kind of seems similar to Kyle, where Kyle's dating so far down with Amanda age-wise that she's obviously not ready to get married, that maybe Carl needs to do this and not go after girls similar ages of him because they are more serious.
Yeah, maybe go younger.
Yeah.
Although Amanda is 24, I think, in this.
Yeah, but she's not like, hey, I want to get married. They talk about how they're on the same page.
She does want to get married, though.
Not right now, though. She doesn't feel the pressure. Lauren feels the pressure.
She wants to be in a relationship.
Yes. But Lauren wants to be married. She talks about how,
you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's Friday. We're driving to the Hamptons. It's 4 p.m. It's Lindsay's birthday weekend. The twins, so nice, bought her bouquets of flowers and people to get her makeup and hair done. But all the girls are getting their makeup and hair done.
Hold on.
Amazing.
Literally when this episode aired, real time, live, all of the Bravo and E shows were doing this, where they hired this company and it was it must have been free promo because this company who did the hair and makeup or some people did nails. It was all over the Bravo shows back then.
Damn. What happened to them? Everyone was just rich.
I'm sure they're still alive and well, but they probably did this for free to get
fun.
Earned media, yeah.
So we don't think Ashley and Lindsay bought it. We just think they set it up.
Fuck no.
And Jacqueline is so excited she gets her hair done. She wants it higher than Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, honey, I love how she's coming in. Like, wait, we're doing our hair and
Well, she was
makeup?
like, this is so nice. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, the twins bought it for me. And Jacqueline's like, that's awesome. Like, you're going to look so good. And then the twins were like, Jacqueline, you're doing it too. We bought it for all the girls. And she's like, me?
Yay!
Little me? So Lindsay, growing up in Florida, has always wanted to secretly been a cowgirl, which I didn't know there were cowgirls in Florida, but
No, I think she's saying because like she grew up in Florida, she didn't have
she
anything
wasn't
like that. As if every other state has that.
right. I mean, we're in the Midwest. Everyone tries to be. We don't have
No,
real ones. We have fake ones.
we're in cities though. We're not in like rural towns where people
Oh my God.
it.
But when country music comes on, everyone
That's
comes
true.
because
Okay.
says they're from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Also, just shout out to Jacqueline who has dirty hair. I laughed out loud. That was
because
so
she was
funny.
like, if you were a boy, would you think this smells good? And the girl was like, no, I think you should shower. She was like, oh, okay.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So Christina's getting her hair and makeup done, and the makeup artist is like, hey, so like, do you guys have boyfriends? And Christina's like, well, Lindsay has a guy in the house. And Lindsay's like, I'm sorry, what was that? And Christina's like, well, she just asked if we had boyfriends. So I told her you did because you do
kind of have someone.
Yeah. And Lindsay goes, the answer to that question is no.
No.
And everyone's like, wait, what the fuck?
Wait, what happened?
Was she not going to tell anyone?
Well, it sounds like, because that happened on Wednesday and it's now Friday. So were we just gonna all pretend everything's fine? And when Everett never showed up, we'd be like, where is he?
Also, let's just say Everett never showed up. Lindsay makes out with some rando at her party. We're all just gonna be like, yeah, this is normal.
Yeah, like let's get all on the same page here.
I immediately probably would have texted the renters and been like, so we broke up. Also, Christina lives with Lindsay, and did she not notice Everett wasn't around?
I think she knew something happened, but I think she like everyone else is like, oh, I wonder how long this is gonna last. No, because they go back and forth all the time. Like, I don't know where they're at every minute of the day.
Mm-hmm. So funny. But Lindsay explains her email, and no one thinks she's crazy. That must just be an us thing. But Lindsay and Everett have been celebrating their birthdays together forever. So she can't imagine not having Everett there. Which I was like, if you guys just broke up 2 days ago, he's like, shouldn't be there probably.
Yeah. Like, screw, you've been at every birthday for like years. What the fuck does that mean?
2 years. Like 2 years. So Steven then does a fun interview and he's like, oh no, Everett's not going to come. They broke up. This is absolutely terrible. Who would have seen this coming? No one knew. Such a good couple. My heart
hurts for her, sips wine.
I know, he was just so over it. I feel like everyone kind of might have had a sigh of relief. Like, there's gonna be no fighting this weekend, maybe.
Well, it's one of those things. Like exactly how Steven was in his interview is exactly how I think everybody feels in the house. You're like, oh, bummer, so sad.
We'll just deal with the crying Lindsay. But it's
you're
fine.
Like, oh, I feel.
What's
like
worse?
Being so supportive here. Bummer.
Yeah. Well, Kyle looks like a farmer. He's gonna have fun. He's over the drama. Lindsay comes upstairs as a slutty cowgirl. Looks so good.
It does look awesome.
So good.
Looks fabulous.
And then we're like, hey, we've been here for hours. Where's Carl? Because we just noticed.
Yeah, boys are talking, and there's so many girls here. It's like, where are the other guys?
Steven's like, oh, he was at Gurney's, but he's gonna come to the party, which I don't know what Gurney's is. I didn't look it up.
Bar or like
an area,
restaurant.
I took it as like maybe an area that he was hanging in.
I don't
maybe
know.
Gurney's is a bar. Who cares? But Lauren thought he had to work, so Gurney's is not work, is what I gathered.
100%. Gurney's does not equal work.
So Lauren's like, why the fuck isn't he working like he told me? And her whole family just met Carl and they all really liked him and she wants a boyfriend. So what the fuck? And then
she is 50% done with her goal. She's met the person. Now she needs to lock down the boyfriend.
She needs the ring. Carl, though, told Steven that he's bringing 2 girls to the party and they're staying at the house for the weekend. And the girls are from LA, but no one else knows in the house.
Nope.
And this is a big talking point that right off the bat, I'm going to say, do I think it's as big a deal as everyone's making it? No. But would I be pissed if Carl invited people and didn't tell me? Yes.
Yeah, as any person in the house. Lauren especially, but like,
you should respect your housemates.
Yes.
It's like when you live with your roommate and someone's coming to visit, you're like, hey.
You tell them. You don't ask, but you tell them.
Hey, so-and-so is coming to visit this weekend. They're going to stay there. Is everyone cool with that? And if people say no, then you're like, okay, well, they're coming to stay here because this is also my house.
I don't even think you need to ask. It's just like telling them, like, hey, I'm having 2 guests. Yeah.
Yeah. And if Steven knew, there was enough time to tell everyone.
Exactly. So Carl completely
caught.
No, but he knew what he was doing. He knows not to ask because he doesn't want to start the drama early.
It's just annoying. I
it's
didn't
the same thing as the wedding date. He's like, I'm not going to tell them. It'll be fine.
I didn't like this move, and it's a big talking point for the rest of the show, but we'll get through it.
It's dumb.
So we're at Lindsay's birthday. She's so stressed. She's moving the hay bales around.
I can't believe she is the one doing all of this.
Why is she doing? Is she just a
perfectionist? I don't know.
I was like,
because she leaves the house and everybody else is still getting ready, and to go like help set up the party to the point where all of her curls fall out that she just got her hair done.
Yeah, and then she takes shots with the workers. I was like, okay,
happy freaking birthday to you.
Also, I just want to mention her eyeliner is raccoon central. It was so dark.
Her outfit looked good, but her makeup and her makeup terrible.
And what a mess. So Lindsay planned everything to a T except her and Everett breaking up. We don't even know what's going to happen. She's talking to this one guy about how he's in Montauk or something for the weekend. And then Everett walks in and her eyes she widened them and they were just bloodshot.
Okay, but here's the thing. I think that's how they cut it, because then we go to commercial break. And when we come back, she's doing something else when Everett walks in.
Oh, I was just going to say, how drunk is this girl already? They cut it over.
I think she's so drunk, but I think her eyes are wide with whatever conversation she was actually having, not Everett walking in.
So if this was me, I would probably avoid him like the plague.
I would have been like, fuck you, get out of here.
Yeah, bye. Like, you enjoy, but I'm going to have a good time and you're going to have to watch it.
I would have texted him before the party and said, I do not want to see you.
Everett's also dressed like he's going to a work meeting. So
slick hair.
Yeah. And like, it's a full butt. How is this dude not hot? He is fully clothed.
I don't know, because everybody else is sweating. He has a belt on.
Jeans. Not even sandals. This man does not have air anywhere.
He was not to theme. I loved how all the boys were in overalls.
It was plaid. He wore plaid.
He is hey, I had a meeting at 8 and I have a party at 8:30.
Yeah, so I came straight from work because he's a hard worker too. Yeah. But so Lindsay is not us. She then approaches Everett because she was secretly hoping he'd show up and they would get back together on her birthday.
Needy. Yeah.
It's so romantic. So they sit down and Everett's like, you look good. And she's like, thank you so much. Please apologize. So he does. He feels terrible.
He said some things he shouldn't, which I agree. Yeah. I mean, him being like, I feel trapped. That's something you say if you're going to never talk to this person again.
You have to move after you drop that line.
No matter how many issues Lindsay had, even if she had no issues, if that was me, I'd be pissed if you told me you felt trapped.
So he goes on to say he couldn't breathe today when he thought he lost her. I was like, Everett's not a romantic dude, but he's like dropping lines.
Guys, I get there's cameras around, but we're not filming a fake ass movie.
I couldn't. Yeah, they're auditioning for The Notebook. This was it.
What are we doing right now?
What do we think? So Lindsay basically is like, here's the difference. She likes to let out all her negative feelings as soon as they hit her. And he likes to hold them in because he's been through some shit, which I'm sure he has because he was overseas and he just like internalizes it, which honestly, in my opinion, isn't healthy. You should just let that shit out or go see
both ways are not. Their communication styles are so different, but B so unhealthy,
so very bad. But Lindsay does not apologize. She just tells Everett he needs to figure this shit out. And he has to step up and address things with
Well,
her.
I think she did own some of her shit on the Wednesday talk. So I think
Yes,
this time she was
that's
like, I owned
true.
my shit. It's your turn.
And she wrote that email. She initiated this conversation. So then
That's true.
Everett, in a very monotone, serious face, says he will dig deeper. And I've never felt anything
she's like,
less.
Yay.
She like
you.
felt it. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, are they back together? And then she's going on about how much she loves him. And then for the first time, I think I see a real smile from Everett. This was like the first
He does
time.
look happy. He does look happy.
This is the first time I was like, this
is him digging deep.
Great. Yeah,
he's happy.
He dug deep. He gave us a real smile. So then they are back together because for the rest of the night they're making out and holding hands and so on.
Oh my God. Which is hilarious because the roommates still have not arrived.
Oh my God. This is why she shouldn't have said anything because 2 minutes later it's different. And she already outed him.
This is why I think Christina was like, she has a guy in the house, I think.
The whole house walks in and they're like, what the fuck is happening?
So confusing.
Are you guys fine? Okay, so the whole house is here. Kyle has his nipples out. He's thinking about how Amanda's not here, but he's single and he's looking for a cowgirl. Amanda is always on this man's mind. He's just got to commit. Just freaking do it.
Which, this is annoying that if she's there, then he won't hook up with other people, but she basically has to be right next to him.
Yeah, like in his line of sight.
And it kind of makes it her fault if he hooks up with someone else.
But then even if, like, he does hook up with someone else, the next morning he's like, wish it was Amanda. Like, dude, you could have that.
Yes.
Just
you chose not to have that.
All you gotta do, So we do birthday shots. Carl's here. He walks in, he's lit.
He's like, hey.
He shows up with 2 girls and Lauren is immediately like, what the fuck? Which I get it. Lauren is blindsided. Yes. I would also be like, wait, what the fuck?
Me too, because it's not like no one knows. So then as soon as he walks in with 2 girls, I bet everybody looks at her and is like, what's going on?
Well, Ashley was like, I'm so pissed. And everyone does kind of have Lauren's back. Like even Jacqueline is like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So we meet Carrie and Sabrina. The best part was Lindsay approaches these girls and her soundbite is, I don't know who you are. Who are you? Yeah. And they go, Carrie and Sabrina. And I was like, that does not help this.
No, I love, this is where I love Lindsay, who Lindsay is. Cause she's like, who the fuck are you? Yeah, who do you know here?
It was awesome. Ashley's pissed. Christina asked Carl, who are these hookers? Which I don't love putting girls down.
Lauren died laughing though.
But this was... Listen, I understand Lauren didn't ask you to have her back, but this is being trying to be a good friend, but not being good at it.
It is going about it the wrong way.
Yes,
listen, if she said this and just said it to Ashley and Lauren, it was like, who are these hookers? That's funny. She said it to the whole roommate group.
Yeah, no. Also, quick, Jacqueline had a hat on. I think it said groom. Did you catch that?
No.
So confused. Anyway, that's not important. So Kyle basically says, it's not right that Carl invited these girls and didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
But they're hot, so he's not mad.
He's like, I don't care, but he shouldn't have done that.
And these girls know LA Carl, so we're about to see.
He's like, to the roommates, he's like, you only know a side of me. And Serena's like, I really know him.
Yeah, I know LA Carl. I think so. From what I gathered, Carrie dated one of Carl's friends. No, I think it was the other one because Sabrina was, I think, the friend. So then Carl could hook up with her because Carrie dated, I think, one of his best friends.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite.
Oh, I think because I was going off of, I originally saw the blonde, right? I didn't know if that was Carrie or Sabrina.
Carrie.
They were the ones that were like, I know LA Carl, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, that makes sense because then Carl's not going to hook up with his best friend's ex.
Oh, yeah. But it kind of does. He kept saying that Sabrina was like one of his best girl space friends. So I can see how that could evolve into them hooking up.
Maybe. I don't know. I took it as Carrie dated his friend, but they remained friends. And Sabrina
I took it as the
came
opposite.
As the friend. It doesn't matter. Who cares? We never, I don't think, see these girls again.
Yeah.
I don't know them. So drunk Kyle is trying to hit on these LA girls.
Yes.
He basically,
he's making eyes with Carrie.
I just really want a quick mention that he goes into a whole monologue, I assume, about how he is who he is because of New Hampshire. And I just
did not catch that.
It's later. It's later. And he doesn't actually do the monologue, but you catch the end. And he's like, and that's why I am who I am. And Carrie was like, because of New Hampshire. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God. Wow, I feel like we just got really deep. Like, this dude talked about whatever New Hampshire has to offer.
Holy fuck.
Okay. Lauren, blindsided, kind of pissed. She thought she was going to be flirting with Carl the night, but he brought these two girls. I understand it. Yep. She's not going to give him a reaction. Did he do this just to get a reaction?
Which I'm like,
not going to do that.
Girl, you're giving a reaction right now.
She's trying not to.
I know, but she keeps talking about it to Ashley and Steven. She's like, I'm not giving a reaction. I don't care about this. I'm not going to talk about this. And then proceeds to continue to talk about it.
And
Steven's like, oh yeah, no reaction.
I get it though. Like, cause that's drunk me. Drunk me is like, I'm not even thinking about it.
But I do props to her. She's not talking to him. She's not going up to him. She's not really looking at him. Ashley's the one like making eyes and being like,
Ashley's gonna fucking murder Carl. Is
like
Carl
just with
okay?
her stare. Yeah.
Honestly. Christina though is sitting with Kyle, Carl, and the girls, and is basically like, hey Carl, you should have asked about these. Christina will not let it go. You should have asked their permission. And Carl's basically like, I'm doing what I want to do and it doesn't concern you. So then he gets up and he goes to the bar and he orders 4 skinny margs, which is just the funniest thing that Carl could ask for.
All I wanted to do was see him carry these after he ordered 4.
Yeah, right. Also, the bar's not that far. You could order them and then have everyone else come up and like, it's 2 feet, but whatever.
I know.
Then my favorite conversation of the night happens. So the twins and Steven are sitting like on the side and Carl's on like
just like literally one whole person's body space in between them.
Yeah. So Carl asks for his skinny margs and Lauren just says out loud, like, I don't know what's going on. That obviously is relating to Carl, but it doesn't have to be. And the twins play it
it's
really
a very
well.
generic like conversation.
Statement. Like Ashley could have been like, what's up with Lindsay and Everrett? I don't know what's going on.
That's the thing is what they were saying could have applied to like so many things. Yeah.
So then Carl decides to get involved and he's like, hey guys, I'm standing right here. And both the twins go, we can see you.
I loved it. They shut him down. They're like, yeah, we know, we can see you.
Obviously, you're right there. What? You're
literally
6'6",
just the
right?
4 of us standing at the bar, sir.
We got it. He's like, I'm just saying, just so you know. And they're like, again,
just you don't talk about me. And they're like, we're not talking about you.
We're not talking about you. You're really tall. We can see that you're right there. Literally, Lauren was staring right at him as he's ordering the skinny Mars, so she obviously knew.
But of course, when he sits down, then they say his name and use him in conversation.
Yeah. So then Ashley says that there needs to be a Lauren Carl conversation. So it's not awkward.
I don't like this. I don't like that. Like Ashley pushes Lauren to always sit down and talk with him because I think that makes her look so desperate.
I think so too. But I think Ashley wants her to end it. Like, I think Ashley wants Lauren to be like, I'm done. Goodbye. Enjoy your LA girl. Peace.
But it makes her look fucking crazy because Carl, if that conversation happened, Carl would be like, and what? Flirting? Yeah.
But it doesn't go like that. And honestly, I thought Lauren looked okay after this. Like, I think Carl's too drunk to function at this.
Yes. I don't think it like, I just think she looks crazy to Carl because she keeps saying like, we need to talk about this. Can we talk?
Yeah. Before we get into the long conversation, Lindsay and Everett take a shot and make so much eye contact. I hate it. These two did not even blink while throwing back a shot and swallowing it.
Ew.
I was like, I never make eye contact with anyone when I take a shot of anything.
No,
I'm like,
you make eye contact to cheers and you're like, I'm alone now.
This is a personal thing. Okay, so Lauren asked Carl to talk. Lauren basically is like, why'd you bring these girls to piss me off? Which I think is kind of a fair question-ish. Like, why'd you bring these girls? Like, she shouldn't ask it.
You
but
look
if it's
so
asked,
dumb.
Yeah, when it's asked, it's a fair question, but it's not a great thing to do. And Carl's like, you don't even know these girls. They're just my friends. I thought he was going to say they could be my sisters for all, you know.
I liked how he played this. He was like, why would I make, he looks like the cool guy. Like if nothing bothers him because he says like, you don't even know who these people are. These are just like some of my best friends. I didn't bring them to, they're coming to visit.
But then he's kind of gaslighting her because she can see that they're flirting. Like he's flirting with Sabrina and she's like, I'm trying to have fun with you. Like I didn't do anything wrong. I thought we had a good weekend. And he was like, we did. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're being crazy, which she looks crazy, but he's like gaslighting her.
I know.
So it's bad. And so Lauren makes a good point and is like, even if these girls are your cousins or whatever, how do you think it looks? It looks bad. You didn't tell any of us and then you showed up with them. And Carl's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're not even going to finish your sentence. It was just last minute. They showed up. They just showed up in New York.
I like how Lauren shifts it to the communication thing. Like it's not about what you're doing. You're not communicating it right with the rest of us. That's fucked up.
And he's like, they just showed up last minute, which we know is false. And then he goes, and tell me what this reminds you of. He says, A, B, let's see what my D can do to your E.
God.
So go F you in the G.
I would have been like, my fist connecting with your face.
I immediately thought of Kourtney Kardashian when Scott asked her a really serious question and she goes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm done with this conversation. That was Carl. And also, it didn't even make sense.
No, he started to say stuff and then I was like, wait a minute, what is happening?
A, B, let's see what my D, which makes sense. Let's see what my D.
I was like, where are we going with this?
Can do to your E, your esophagus?
Oh, Mary, no.
So go F you in the G. And I think Lauren was just as confused. And then he kissed her on the cheeks and then left the party.
This is where he's hammered.
I was like, she stood there. Listen, I know she looked desperate, but by the end of this, she looked the most normal person.
Yes. It started out bad. And then she was like, because she was able to shift it to the communication thing. And then he was acting fucking crazy. And she's just sitting there like, what the fuck's going on?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
She played the rest of the weekend great, in my opinion.
Oh my God.
So proud of her.
So much fun this weekend. Let's talk about her. So, well, first, we're in the car. We get some information. It's Steven, Jacqueline, Ashley, Lauren, and Christina. And Lauren's done. There wasn't cake at this party, so Steven would have been pissed.
Yeah, Steven's like, if this was my birthday, I would have hated it. No cake.
No cake. Lindsay and Everett are fine, which like, what the fuck, you guys?
Everybody is like, whoa, what happened with them?
They're divulging. I love when none of the people in the drama are in a car together so they could just divulge on what happened.
Yes, it's like, okay, let's all decompress and like, what did we just experience?
And then Steven's like, I don't know how they're fine because last weekend Everett told him that he woke up in a bed with 4 girls.
I was like, whoa, wait, what?
I know. I was like, oh my God.
Everyone said that. Like they were like, whoa.
Jacqueline's face was like, what the fuck?
But Christina's in the front seat just staring ahead.
And I'm surprised she doesn't get involved in this shit. I'm so surprised she wasn't the one to get involved, but I'm happy she wasn't.
Because most of the conversation is happening in the second and third row. She's like, I'm not a part of it. And so she's just like looking off into the distance.
Also, if she were to turn around at that spot, everyone would be like, oh God, Christina's involved now.
Yeah.
We forgot she was in the car. That's what happened.
I kind of love that. She's always in the front seat, so I think people forget.
So we're back at the house. Carl wants to know if Lauren's upset. They're in the kitchen. Lauren's like getting food, and Carl's like, "Are you still mad? What's happening?" And Lauren's like, "I'm fine. Like I'm going out. You enjoy your LA girls. Like there's a party at the Hamptons
I'm here to
somewhere.
have fun, so I'm going out. Bye, bitch."
Peace out. Kyle's with Carrie and Carl's with Sabrina. We find out Carrie's older than Kyle, which is the opposite of usual
Amanda.
Kyle.
Yeah.
And Carrie's not looking to settle down, I don't think.
No, it doesn't seem like it. She's totally in for like a one night stand, a little hookup. Yeah.
And Sabrina is also looking for some fun. So both these couples kiss. And then Sabrina actually got on top of Carl and shorts went up her ass so high.
Yes.
I was like, this poor girl's wedgie is on TV. Steven calls his mom and dad, which I want to be like, was this before going out? Because how late is it in Alabama?
No, I was thinking about that too. I mean, they're only 1 hour behind, and the roommates didn't get to the party until like 10:30.
This was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
This afterward was 2 a.m.
Okay, this call had to be before the party.
It had, oh my God, Cletus isn't up past 10.
I would be shocked if Cletus and
also
whatever mom's name is.
If I called my mom or my dad at 2 a.m., they would think I was
dying. To chit-chat. Legitimately just chit-chat.
I better be dying if I'm calling.
That's the thing is, like, I will call my dad when I'm walking home, but with the intention of getting his voicemail. So I can pretend like I'm talking to him.
To someone, yeah. You're like,
but I'm not going to be like, hey, Dad, how are you? Just sitting in my bed.
No. So everyone wants to meet Cletus McGee. We find out there's an Uncle Elmo, the psychic.
They got weird ass names on his dad's side.
And I liked this. Steven basically said that living in Alabama is like playing in the sandbox at a playground and not being able to go anywhere else.
Yeah, you're like told there's so much out there, but you have to stay and be comfortable. You have to be fine with playing in the dirt.
Yeah, we also find out Steven's relationship with his parents is very surface. He came out to them in 2012, and since then there's only been one other conversation about him being gay. So it's very just like, how's work? Yeah. Good.
And if he mentions a date, they think it's a woman.
Yes.
Which is really sad because
he can't. Very sad.
He clearly can't share. That's why it has to be surface, is he can't share his full life with his parents, because it seems like that they're not understanding or like open to it.
Yeah. And he does cry a little bit, and I honestly would cry too. And
I know, but I bet New York is the best for him. Like, it seems like they were talking about like years, and it seems like he hasn't seen his parents in like 6 or 7 years, 5 or 6 years or something.
He's been out in New York for that long.
Okay.
How often he goes home, I'm unsure about, but
maybe
I would assume for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how often I go home when I move to New York.
Yeah, but you like your family.
That's true. Yes, great. We end this night with Everett and Lindsay making out, which I don't know what could be better.
It started so differently, but here we are again.
So it's Saturday morning. Christina rolls up her blow-up mattress, which was so fucking funny. Sabrina and Carl are in bed, and so are Kyle and Carrie. So Carl leaves Sabrina and goes outside. And so Sabrina is like, what the fuck? So she calls Carrie, and Carrie goes upstairs. I don't know why this is important. I'm just painting a picture for everyone. And then Lauren rolls in, and Carl and Steven catch her on her walk of shame. And Carl asks where she's been, and she's like, nowhere. Or,
what's it to you? Yeah.
Who is that? And someone. Yeah.
Where you been?
Fuck you, man.
Out.
Doesn't matter.
Doing my thing.
Ashley's by the pool bitching about how Carl brought guests without asking. She's bitching to Jacqueline and Kyle, and Jacqueline, I think, is sympathetic towards that. Like, yeah, he should have asked.
Yeah.
And Kyle, though he agrees, he did sleep with one of the guests, so it's fine, but he can't remember her name. To which Jacqueline is like, Carrie.
It's Carrie.
And then we're like, oh yeah, Kyle can't remember names. Never forget Stassi.
Oh God.
R.I.P. to Steve Jobs.
We made it through 6 episodes or 5 whole episodes where he didn't have to run into this, but here we are again.
It's just Amanda. He remembers Amanda's name. She must be special. So Everett and Carl go to play golf. I would just like to say I went to Topgolf this weekend for the first time. Goodness. This is the first time I've ever hit a golf ball. I was surprisingly really good at it.
It's really not that hard. People overthink it. I think I'm really into golf like right now.
I went with these 2 other people. One had played golf, the other one hadn't, and he was super tense about it. And I just walked up being like, I'm gonna mess up, and I did really good.
Yeah.
I think I missed my calling as a golfer.
You still have time.
It's done. I'm not very athletic anymore. So Everett then asked for Carl's opinion on stuff because Carl once upon a time was dating this girl.
How do you know it when it's the one? I was like, fuck, you just got back together.
But Carl doesn't know if it was the one because he ended up not going through with it. So she wasn't the one.
Yeah.
Are we really asking Carl about this?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Why are we asking Carl? But also, what is with this timing of less than 12 hours being back together, it seems?
I have, and then so he's telling Carl, when him and Lindsay are good, they're good. When they're bad, they're bad. And I want to be like, when you're bad, you're fucking toxic, sir.
Even when they're good, they're kind of toxic.
And so Carl's like, I think this relationship's gonna work out. I love it. And I was like, sir, this is
what do you like about it? Yeah, what screams let's get married?
It's ugh. So then Carl tells Everett that Lindsay looked really hot last night, so Everett should lock it down. Speaking of hot girls,
which I agree with that.
Yeah. But we also had Sabrina and Carrie and what's happening with Lauren, and Carl says he likes Lauren, but he's so intimidated by her. And even Everett is like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, just
grow up. That's the one thing. Everett isn't that immature that way. Like that stuff doesn't scare him about like being with someone or like being in a relationship. It's the
actual relationship that like fucks him up.
Yeah, but early on, he's not like it seems like Carl not afraid is freaked out. Is freaked out to even like be with someone.
Yeah, it seems like Carl and Kyle are like, well, if we have boyfriend title, then like that's the scariest thing in the world.
Whereas Everett's like, I don't know how to express my emotions and communicate through this relationship.
Yeah. He's been overseas in a war, so he's dealt with. He's seen scarier shit than Lindsay.
Locked up those emotions.
Okay, so now we're back at the house making a wave pool. Kyle and Carrie cuddle a little bit.
That was so fucking weird.
It was so weird. It was so long. Why did we care? All I literally wrote down is they cuddle. And I was like, we got 2 minutes of them cuddling.
Discussing napping and cuddling.
Everett's working on fixing a website. So then Lindsay approaches him and says that she got a text from her little sister that she hasn't heard from in years. It was a happy birthday text.
Do you think this was a test when she walked up to Everett about this?
A little bit. She just doesn't know what to say. And Everett's like, keep it light. I would like to say yes. Just keep it light. Like she was nice enough to reach out to you and say, like,
keep it simple.
I hope you're doing well or whatever. Lindsay doesn't seem receptive about it.
No.
And I get it because the whole point is, so her mom left and started this new family. So this little sister, I'm assuming is
her half sister. Yeah.
Yes. So this little sister reaches out to you. I get why you're mad at your mom. I get why you have resentment, but you can't blame this kid.
No.
You're 30 years old. You cannot blame this kid that had nothing to do with it.
Absolutely not. She's probably 10 years younger than you. So it's like she's 20. Yeah, all she said is happy birthday. You don't need to like dive in. But Lindsay is the person who wants to be in her emotions and her feelings. And she wants everybody to be in them with her.
Yes. Yeah. And so, she's like, my relationship with my sister is strained because she has the same mom I do. And that mom's the
She's talking to mom. She's super close. Yeah.
Which I was like, this poor girl just turns to her mom.
Yes.
She doesn't know any different.
It's not her fault that your mom sucked for you, but it's great for her.
And so then Lindsay's like, do I reach out more? I have 5 numbers that could be my sister's. I don't know which one. And I was like, probably the one she texted you on. That's probably her number.
No, she was talking about her mom's number.
Oh, I thought it was.
She has 5 phone numbers for her mom, and she doesn't even know which one's active.
I get it.
It's like, girl,
fuck your mom.
Your sister just said happy birthday. That let's leave it at that. You don't need to dive into your relationship with your mom.
Yeah, straight up, fuck your mom.
It's not all or nothing.
The worst. But this poor little girl probably just wants to have a relationship with her sister. Like she was just born into this shit. Yes, literally. Yeah.
She just wanted to say happy birthday, and you're like,
all you gotta do is like
you.
So Lindsay reads this draft, like, thank you so much. I had so much fun. How are you? And she's like, is that fine? And Everett's like, sure.
Yeah. It's like, well, it seems like no matter what Everett says, Lindsay isn't
because
Lindsay's just being Lindsay. So he's just like, send whatever the fuck you want. Just send it. Send anything.
Lindsay's like, this is going to open a whole door of emotions and things I have to deal with.
And he's like, just send a fucking text.
Could be good for you. To which I thought she was going to yell at him.
And then I know. He was like, he was like, I think you should have your mom back in your life so you have someone else.
And she was like about to punch him, but then she kissed him, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna fight.
I'm like, I can't even track you guys.
Listen, I was nervous. I can't imagine being Everett, like about to say something and then like not knowing what the reaction is going to be. That's the scariest thing in the world.
Yep.
So yeah, so personally, I don't know the whole story, but I think Lindsay should text back her sister.
She did.
That's it. That was my whole
take. But just leave it on her sister. Thank you. Would have been fine.
If her sister continues to reach out, like continue to answer and maybe wish your sister a happy birthday.
Love it. Alicia, the
10 out of 10.
Complicated family therapist over here.
Just whatever they do, you do back.
Respond.
So now we're all in the kitchen. Christina, it's like 7:30 at night. Christina's talking to Carrie about the Hamptons, like, oh, aren't you so happy you came?
Mm-hmm.
And then Christina, of course, because she can't shut the fuck up, says, I just wish I'd known ahead of time. I wish Carl had told us. To which then Lauren kind of gets involved and is like, Lauren and Ashley, like, we just want to be clear, like, we don't hate you guys. It's not you.
You did nothing wrong.
It's how Carl told us you were coming.
Yes.
And Sabrina then is like, okay, question for Christina. How come then when we showed up, you called us hookers?
Yeah, if it's not about us, then why did you call us hookers?
Ooh.
Oops.
Ooh, got him.
Yikes.
Christina turns bright ass fucking red.
Like eyes wide, like, caught. Ooh,
and
honey.
She says it's because she was sticking up for Lauren and it was just a joke. Just a joke.
Which it was a joke, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
It's not a funny one sometimes. It was funny at the time.
You just gotta own your shit then. Yeah. Yes.
So then Lauren gets kind of mad and she's like, Christina, don't put this on me because you were like sticking up for me. Even though Christina, I get what Christina was trying to do.
She says, I appreciate you sticking up for me, but I don't think calling anybody a hooker is nice. So don't do that for me because I wouldn't want you to call anyone that.
Yeah, which makes sense. I totally understand that.
Yeah, like handle it differently if you're going to stick up for me.
So then Christina apologizes to Carrie and Christina or Carrie and Sabrina, and they're like, that's fine. Thank you so much. Like, it's over. And then Christina looks like she is in the greatest amount of pain while holding back tears.
Yes.
And
Carrie's like calling her out, like not in front of everybody, but she's like, are you okay? Like, you look like you're going to cry. And Christina's like, no, I'm not.
She's like, no,
I'm not. I'm fine. I'm fine.
No. And everyone kind of looks at Christina and she's like, I cannot describe her face 90% of the time. 90% of the time, her face looks like she smelled something bad. This looked like someone just stepped on her toe and made it bleed.
It was like her eyes were a little wide and she wasn't moving. I think trying to like tell herself, like trying to like blink slowly and like not cry.
No, I know. It was like she was bright ass red. This girl got a sunburn in two minutes. Bright ass. Okay, so now it's 9 p.m. It's time to go. There's so many cute boys out. Carl and Sabrina are making out. Kyle at the bar feels guilty about hooking up with Carrie because if Amanda was there, he would have hooked up with Amanda.
And he's on his phone, so I'm guessing he's texting Amanda.
And I'm guessing Amanda's sober in New York, just like, okay.
Yeah, because we get flashbacks this episode about how like Kyle and Amanda won't see each other for a while.
Also, remember when Kyle broke up with Amanda? We saw the second time he did it. So
God, he's a mess.
So after a night out, it of course is again 2 a.m. Kyle is in the fridge looking for food.
Him and Ashley are in the kitchen and it's like, no.
Ashley's having a conversation in English and Kyle is responding with
can
with
barely
sound.
stand, like, is like,
I'm sorry. And they of course cannot understand him. They have no idea what he said, or she has no idea.
She's like, take this water to your bedroom and go to bed.
She literally goes, here's this water. I'm going to bed. Good luck.
She goes, I'm showering and going to bed.
Goodbye.
Here's your water.
Don't fall out the window.
I've done as much as I can.
Carrie and Steven then walk in and find Kyle passed out like on the ground.
In front of the couch. So close. He could have just slept on the couch.
So Carrie starts like getting down and being like, hi, Kyle, are you awake? Steven
takes a picture with him.
Starts taking pictures. Yeah. And if you pass out with your shoes on, I guess is the trick.
It's Carl's rule, yeah.
You get a dick on your face. I have heard this with or without shoes. I think it's
just if you pass out when everybody's awake. Yeah.
Yeah, but so funny. But while they're trying to draw a dick, they like blind him with the flashlight and he wakes up. So rookie mistake, you guys. You did such a good guy.
Because they're like hovered over him drawing. There's like 6 people hovering over him, and then the flash goes off and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Right. So funny. And then he goes back to eating, which
Love it.
Rally.
He does rally. Yeah. Way to rally and eat the second round of junk food.
Carl and Sabrina go to bed together again. I don't know what happened to Carrie. I'm assuming Kyle, but also Kyle wasn't working last night.
Steven is on an air mattress in the laundry room.
Is that like
a taco? He's like a taco in it.
Where the fuck is Steven?
So I think Carrie must be sleeping in the bed Steven was seen in the night day before.
Maybe she's with Jacqueline or Christina.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Literally, I saw the washing machine behind it, but Steven is just a little taco.
I know that air mattress like concaved on
had
him.
A V, yeah.
So funny. So it's 10 a.m. Sunday. We're all awake. Lauren is back again. She did 2 away games, 2 in a row.
Love it. She is the queen of away games now.
Carl is peeping out his window with Sabrina, and he's happy Lauren slept out, but he's curious about who this guy is. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So he's slightly jealous, I think. And we gotta get ready for paddle boarding. I would just like to say Lindsay looks so rough. So rough, this poor girl. Also, Everett is sick of rosé. Where's the beer? I can get sick of rosé.
Yes, I could get sick of anything I'm drinking.
So I love everyone fucking falling over on their paddle boards, but Jacqueline somehow can do a headstand.
Amazing. This is where the fit model, the wrong interpretation of fit model comes in.
The fit model comes in. Because Steven was literally laying there and like fell off.
Oh, well, I think somebody picked his board up, but I love how they like lay on him and they're like holding paddles so they can like stay near each other. They're like, wait, funny. Be near me and gossip with me.
So Ashley and Lauren paddle away to have a quick convo. Ashley's super disappointed with Carl. Lauren's upset. But at least she stayed out both weekends, and Ashley's like, yes, both nights.
Yeah. I love how like Lauren's like, I'm not upset over him. I'm just so upset about my judgment. And Ashley's like, yeah, you have terrible judgment.
Yeah, straight up. So Lauren's kind of crying because she thought the feelings were mutual, and like they obviously weren't. She doesn't know what happened,
which is difficult. Yeah.
Also, after a weekend of drinking, you're just depressed. So just let it out, girl. Do your thing. So then Ashley's upset because Lauren has terrible judgment, and then she starts crying. So they're both crying, and I think they're both crying because like Ashley's leaving after the summer. So like Lauren's terrible judgment is then gonna follow her without Ashley being there to help.
That's the thing is Ashley's like crying. She's like, I'm just so sad because I won't be here because you have terrible judgment. I'm like, if my sister said that to me, I'd be like, fuck you. But they're both move to California, bitch.
It was honestly so cute, but I was laughing the whole time.
No, I was like, you guys are ridiculous right now.
Them crying were because Lauren's sitting there, she's like, I'm not crying about Carl, I'm crying about this situation. And Ashley's like, you suck at life. How are you gonna live? And
I'm crying because you're terrible at this.
I'm crying because you're not gonna.
And Steven's like,
I'm terrible.
Like 6 feet away, and then like, fuck, they're crying. I gotta paddle the other way.
I gotta go. So the twins make up, they're fine. They kiss and make up and they paddle back to the group, I think.
They're just, they're themselves.
So we're back at the house. It's Sunday. Do we not have work Monday? Or are we going to leave Monday
I think
morning?
there's every goddamn week. They like
this
leave
is
like
rough.
3 a.m. every Monday.
I get it. When I'm in New York, I want a Hamptons house. I get it. But if I have to go in the office on Monday, I'm not going to stay this late on Sunday. If it's dark, I got to get back.
I would maybe stay till like 6 on Sundays.
We got to get back though.
Yeah. I've done it's not the same, but I've done a morning flight on Mondays from St. Louis to Chicago to get back in time for work. And that kills me.
Yeah.
So hard. I don't understand how they do. That's me waking up at like 5. So I don't understand how these people also potentially wake up at 3 to drive back.
Yeah.
To the city.
Because it's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, they're all drinking, so you're going to be hungover.
I know.
There's a lot happening. So they're all back. Ashley and Steven are on the porch. Steven hated paddleboarding. He'll never go again. I love it. So Lindsay comes out because she can't find Everett. Little does she know Everett is passed out in like the sunroom. Which
I don't know. I think it's hilarious that she can't find him, and then we get all the like scenes of him like on
he's
camera.
Literally on camera. Do you
I thought he was in his bed.
We're just like next door watching. We're like, "There's Everett." What is she fucking talking
I thought he was in his bed, but if he was in the sunroom, it just didn't look like she was looking that hard for him.
No. But yeah, so she goes outside with Ashley and Steven, and Ashley's like, "What the fuck's up?" And Lindsay's like,
"Can you catch us up?" Yeah.
We had a discussion. He apologized, and now we're like, nothing ever happened. So like our breakup didn't even count. And Steven's like, "Hey, I wanted to tell you though that Everett in passing said that he woke up in a bed with 4 people." I guess it went like Steven was like, "Oh man, I'm so hungover," and Everett was like, "Yeah, same. I woke up like next to 4 girls and then like walked away." And Steven was like, "What the fuck?"
Yes. I do like that Steven says 4 people. He says 4 people instead of 4 girls, because it's enough for her to have information and be like, "Everett, what the fuck's going on?" without him having to like blow up Everett's spot.
Yes. And I agree. Lindsay's fucking pissed, or her heart's racing. That's what she said.
Well, what Steven says is he told me he slept in the bed with 4 people, so he obviously lied to you about last Saturday. So it's like, hey, he's lying to you. You need to figure this out if you guys are really in a good spot.
He also played it really well because he was saying like, Everett didn't say it to me to like not tell you. I think he said it in passing and it slipped out. Like,
yes.
So then he would also play it like, I don't even know if maybe like I read the situation wrong because we didn't like have a conversation.
Maybe he was joking. This is just what I heard.
Steven's being a good friend without screwing over his other friend, I think.
He's not being Christina is the main thing.
He did great. So this is where it ends though. Cliffhanger.
I can't wait for the next episode.
This is the one. So next time we get a party bus. I think Kyle and Jacqueline make out, but I couldn't tell for sure. Carl apologizes and charms his way in with Lauren again. Christina gets yelled at. And yells back. Everett confronts Steven about blowing up his spot. And then Lindsay gets involved and is going to go sleep at a guy's house with a guy in a bed. And then we see there's an ambulance.
Oh, man.
So 10 out of 10.
I can't wait.
So this is the Lindsay. I love this scene.
I can't wait. They showed us it like twice this season to like get us pumped.
I'm going to go sleep in a guy's house with a guy. In a bed. Like where else would what like
Lindsay, terrible exit. I know what you're trying to get at. But...
It's also like, if I remember correctly, she's like the only girl present too, so she looks extra fucking crazy. Oh my god, it's gonna be fucking awesome. Okay, but yay, fun not fun. Fun, not fun. I know who's fun. I know. Fun.
Same.
Do we have the same fun?
Lauren.
Lauren's the fun.
Lauren.
Away games, baby.
She had a bomb ass time. She looked gorgeous. Her curl stayed in at that cowboy party, I do have to say.
She looked gorgeous. Even though she was giving a reaction, she didn't really give Carl the reaction I'm sure everyone thought she was gonna. Yep. And then she not slept out 1 night but 2, and he's kind of jealous because he was watching her.
I loved her outfit for the paddleboarding. She had the striped matching, like the long sleeve top with the bottoms. I was like, girl, you look good.
I don't think her judgment's horrible. Girl, you got to get out there. You got to do your thing. Make bad decisions. I don't think
her judgment with guys, because like they obviously have a good connection, but she...
this is getting screwed.
She needs to play the field. That's her problem. Is she like puts all of her eggs in one guy's basket? I don't think Carl is like truly that bad, but he wants to play the field, and she isn't.
Yeah.
Until this weekend.
She's so fun though. She just
Love
did
it.
her own thing.
Yep.
She dealt with Sabrina.
I want her to
Christina.
stay on this track the rest of the summer. Like, she can hook up with Carl, but then, like, go and hook up with someone else too.
She told Christina to shut the fuck up. Don't call girls hookers.
Yes. Love it.
Hell yeah. Okay. Who was not fun? There were quite a few that were not fun. I feel like. Who do I want to go with? Do you want to go first?
No. I'm gonna. This is tricky. I'm gonna say Christina
Christina's
because
not fun, yeah.
She made things awkward whenever the hair and makeup people were like, "Who has a boyfriend?" And she could have just said like, "Oh, I don't." But she had to like put Lindsay on the spot, and it's her fucking birthday. Like, she can't ever like let things go with Lindsay.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this? And then she called those girls hookers and then screamed at Carl twice.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Like, honey. And then pretty much almost started bawling in front of everyone when she got confronted. She runs her mouth and then is like pissed when people don't think what she's doing
like,
is
hey,
cool.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you're attacking me.
I'm going to go with Carl. I thought, listen, if I'm in this house and Carl shows up with two people that I didn't know about, I'm going to be kind of pissed. That's not really fun.
Nope.
I know it's going to, like, if I'm anyone but Lauren, I know it's going to cause issues that, like, now I have to deal with. If you had given us a warning, we could have fucking dealt with it already. But now I get you didn't want, like, the drama beforehand, but now you're, like, fucking dealing with us. He gaslighted Lauren. And then he surprised them at Lindsay's party. So like that could have gone way worse. Yeah, he's lucky Lauren played it so cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he was too drunk to actually have a combo with her, and he just that girl had a giant ass fucking wedgie, and he didn't help her pick it out, and I just
stop it.
But yeah, what else did he do?
And he was peeping Tom, like he was like always looking for Lauren to come back. He was playing the like needy girl at home.
Yeah, it was just not a thing for me. You're not a thing this episode.
Here's the thing is, like, he had all the makings of being fun, and he wasn't.
He just wasn't fun.
Nope.
Oh, well, this was a fun episode, though. I really enjoyed this episode.
For next week.
Though. I thought, so far, I think this might be the best episode.
We have 3 left. 8, 9, 10, right?
Yes, I believe so. But so far, 7's the best. I think 7 was super entertaining for me.
I agree. I think this one was top notch.
A lot of laughs.
I always love a good theme party too.
Never fucking forget hey guys, I'm right here. We see you. We know.
See you there. Thanks.
Bye. So yeah, super fun. But that's the end. We will be back next week. Don't forget
to rate, review, subscribe.
And follow us on Twitter or Instagram. We don't have a Twitter. Don't do that shit.
No.
Too much.
And then join us on Patreon.
Patreon.com/Vanderpasta.
See you later.
Bye, guys.